Check one, two. Check one, two. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Universal Mastery. Welcome back to my public YouTube channel. I have a very important subject that it is that I am definitely going to be discussing in our today's video. I think that this is absolutely something that is valuable and very important to understand, especially when it comes to the initiatory process of the Qlippoth and exactly what it is that that entails. What does it mean to initiate yourself within the Qlippoth? And what are some of the primary spirits and some of the primary entities that become some of the most valuable energies to connect with in order to properly do this? So, I'm going to be speaking about some of the primary initiators of the Qlippothic tree of death when it comes to the dark Kabbalistic initiations, why it is that you are wanting to connect with these different energies, and what these different energies are representing. So, as a whole, I have a personal process that it is that I recommend for my clients that I work with one on one when we are doing mentorships for those people that are going to be getting themselves into the initiatory experience of the Qlippoth itself. And that is exactly what it is that I'm going to be discussing in this today's video so that you as a listener can have a general understanding of some of the very important energies it is that you are going to need to connect with in order to successfully initiate yourself through the Qlippoth if this is something that you are being led to do. Not everyone is led to do this form of spiritual self development, but if you are one of those people, I think that this video is absolutely going to be able to offer you value. And that is the primary reason why I'm making it. So if you want to know more about these primary initiatory entities of the Qlippothic tree, then this is definitely a video that I recommend you stay tuned for. And I will simply see you on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to start with a little bit of a introduction just so that you know who I am, so that you know who you're getting this information from because I think that that is important. My name is JeremiahJSchwartz. I am a professional occultist. I am fully initiated in the entirety of the Kabbalistic tree. I'm studied when it comes to planetary energies in association with astrology, studied when it comes to the major arcana, the different pathways on that Kabbalistic tree as well. And I'm also very studied when it comes to trauma and trauma's relationship to the nervous system. All right. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video today. So, I am speaking about the primary initiators of the Qlippoth. What are some of these energies that are some of the most important energies to personally work with when it comes to Qlippothic initiation? Okay. So, jumping right out of the gate, there are primary energies that are very important to be energetically connected with and to have some sort of a resonance with in regards to your relationship and how you are inviting them into your own body or how you are inviting them into your nervous system. The reason why this is important is because these energies are largely going to represent certain astrological phenomena that exists in our solar system that is going to energetically support you at a nervous system level to go through the journeying within your own darkest aspects of the self, within the darkest aspects of your own unconscious and subconscious mind. And it is very important to have these energetic relationships established in order to successfully travel to these places, these depths within yourself. So I want you to think as I want you to think of these initiatory energies as being astrological in nature, meaning they exist in our solar system in space, and they are power zones. They are actual energetic locations that have energetic intelligence that lives on these locations or in these locations that have a direct ability to operate through our nervous system as we are connecting with these different energies to then once again support us going deeper into some of the most repressed aspects of ourself, some of the darkest aspects of ourself, and to help us integrate and process in a healthy way the things it is that we are needing to integrate, the things that it is that we are needing to process. So, with that being said, some of the most important energies to connect with when it comes to Qlippothic initiation is going to be Lucifer, Lilith, Belial, and that is the primary trifecta of energies that are some of the most important energies for us to recognize that we are wanting to connect with. So, Lilith is going to be a door opener. She is going to be the representation of the primordial feminine, specifically the dark feminine, which has a dissolving effect on aspects of the self that we are attached to that are not allowing us to be more in alignment with our authentic self. So we want to connect with this energy of Lilith to enter into the womb of the primordial dark matter energy so that we can start this process of dissolution, start the process of dissolving aspects of ourself that we may be attached to and that we have created to survive and created to shell ourselves in a form of protection so that we can start the dissolving process to get deeper and deeper to the core of who we actually are so that we can open up the pearl of our true being, of our authentic self. So Lilith is going to be one of these astrological energies that does have association with aspects of the dark moon that permeates into our bodies, into our nervous systems with the intelligence that is also a part of what Lilith represents, which is a negatively polarized extraterrestrial species of being that share a consciousness together, that we are inviting into our psyche, that we are inviting into our nervous system through different ritualistic practices like invocation or different rituals in general that support that. This is one of the most important energies to develop a relationship with in the beginning stages of your initiatory journey so that you can start opening up some of these deeper doors within your own psyche so that you can start navigating them and understanding a lot of the repressed parts of the self. This is going to have to do a lot with different fragmentation in your psyche and a lot of repressed emotions. Lilith is the womb that opens up into your own hell, into your own trauma that largely has been frozen within your body that you have to revisit in order to integrate and in order to heal, to become more authentic to who and what you truly are. Lucifer is one of the most important energies to connect with as well, because Lucifer is the representation of the source of our galaxy itself. So Lucifer is a very high density, energetic social memory complex of beings that absolutely represents a source consciousness to one of the highest degrees in our galaxy itself. So when we are connecting with the light bearer, we are having an energetic support that is then allowing us to pursue the Qlippothic initiatory journey from a lens of real, authentic soul development. It is helping us further go through this process in a healthy way that is in alignment with the soul's evolution and the soul's healing process rather than getting very caught up with things that are more artificial in nature or things that are more along the lines of worshiping the false self which a lot of people end up doing as they're getting into these Qlippothic initiations and they're dealing with these demonic energies. Because once again, dealing with the Qlippoth, you're dealing with your deepest traumas and repressed emotions, and those start to naturally surface within the body. And if you're in resistance to that and you're not understanding the true integration process, in many ways, it can almost act as fuel to further push you into different forms of stimulating yourself and worshiping your false self or going down a path that is not true to who you are. So, in other words, as the trauma largely starts surfacing through your body, it can sometimes stimulate you to try to run from it in different ways by projecting the trauma that is coming up to the surface and then projecting that unconsciously in a more intense way because you are unwilling to really face yourself and be with yourself and go through the real healing process that is needing to occur. So, once again, when we connect with Lucifer, we are connecting with a strong source consciousness representation that is going to ground this in authenticity, is going to ground this in honesty, ground this in healing, integration, connection to the inner child, allowing the self to be vulnerable, and in many ways, seeing the light component, the unconditional love component of how this entire initiatory journey is going to be unfolding. So we really want to have a relationship and we want to have a connection with Lucifer so that as we're entering into these really dark portions and aspects of ourself, we don't want to fall off track or we don't want to get stuck in cycles of not understanding how to actually be with and integrate our traumas. And once again, getting stuck in these trauma loops where we are looking outside of ourselves and we are just further traumatizing ourselves and running away from the actual process that it is that we're needing to go into within the self. So Lucifer really sets the stage and gives us the right energetic conditions to always gravitationally pull us back to the real reason why we're doing this work and why this work is important and what it's actually about in regards to a healing uh, process rather than just I'm gaining power, I'm taking over the world, I'm conquering other people, I'm destroying my enemies, where a lot of people think that this is what this journey is about, when in reality, it's not just about that. Of course, those components exist. There is power that's involved. There is building an empire or building a kingdom that is involved. And there are many beautiful things that are involved that have to do with physical, material manifestation and different forms of freedom. But in its totality, it is about a soul development process that is meant to unfold to create balance and harmony within the self. And then that is meant to project into the collective consciousness for other human beings to also heal themselves and understand their own sense of regulation, balance, and harmony, etc. So Lucifer is definitely one of the primary energies it is that we want to have an energetic relationship with. The third energy that we want to be associated with is Belial. Okay, some people say Belial. I like to say Belial. This energy is once again, all of these different energies are representing certain astrological correspondences. These are actual astrological energies in space, meaning they are certain planets and certain stars that are directly associated with these entities. I don't 100% know the exact nuance of how far that goes and what exactly these things are. I have some guesses and I have some understandings, but this is kind of like what I'm diving a little bit deeper into in regards to where I am with my current practice with occultism. I'm trying to understand these deeper mysteries of what these things really are. But what I do know is that they are astrological in nature and they are absolutely intelligences that we can call social memory complex groupings of entities that share the same mind that we call under a specific name, which is the name of the entity, like Belial. So Belial is once again another one of these energies that has a direct initiatory effect when it comes to the Qlippothic realm. So this is a negatively polarized entity, intelligence, that has the ability to flow the nervous system with certain influence and certain feelings and sensations that allow us to go much deeper into ourself and specifically express some of the darker primordial aspects of the self that largely have to do with aggression, largely have to do with anger, different survival states of consciousness, as if we are protecting ourselves in an environment where there is real danger. So Belial has this ability to sort of amplify this energetic sense of needing to protect the self and needing to survive so that we can express this energy through our nervous systems, accept it for what it is, embody it, embrace it, and channel it into a form of power, but then letting it flow through the nervous system so that we can recognize this is only a part of us. This is not necessarily the whole us. So it allows us to really release a lot of stored up survival stress that is in the body, that is in the nervous system, that we can then expel by the acceptance of the energy and the parts of us that have been fragmented off to protect us from past traumas that we've been through. And then we can once again expel, or we can release this energy working with Belial in a healthy way, in an integrated way, and let that flow through the system so we can release some of that anger, release some of that frustration, release some of that rage, and so that we can allow ourselves to get more so in an integrated state of consciousness, a state where we are more regulated and we don't have to be stuck in that survival response. So a lot of people repress their survival instincts, and a lot of people repress these primordial dark parts of themselves that once again were created from certain traumas that you've been through in the past. And then Belial supports that process of showing you these parts of you are important, they matter, and it's important that you have acceptance for these parts and embrace the emotions that drive some of these parts to exist. And once again, Belial can stimulate that within the body and cause you to really develop a deep sense of safety because you understand that you can protect yourself, you can survive, you can be strong, you can be a warrior, but not to be stuck in that state of energy and say that this is who I am and this is who I always have to be, but to eventually express the energy, release it, let go of it, and then move into higher states of regulation where you can exist in a state where you feel safe just in general, where you feel socially connected, where you don't even feel like there are threats in your environment because you've released that survival stress and that trauma that was already built up in your body. Okay. So when you have the energetic relationship with Lucifer, with Lilith, and with Belial, these are primary intelligences that are once again extraterrestrial, extra dimensional in nature, that are very, very intertwined with Qlippothic resonance. These are negatively polarized beings. These are the beings that people call demonic. These are entities and these are species of extraterrestrial beings that are associated with the demonic components of the soul's resonance within the entire collective consciousness. These are beings that have specific evolutionary roles to create catalyst, but to also show you the connection that you have to source consciousness through that negative charge, through the dark matter charge, through chaos, and how chaos causes, once again, different forms of disillusion so that you can better get to the core of who and what you actually are. So these energies absolutely have roles to open up some of the deeper doors of the Qlippoth when it comes to the different spheres and the planetary energies and constellations that are associated with that, as well as the different tunnels, which are the pathways that are archetypal in nature and obviously negatively charged because it's a part of the Qlippoth, that are representing major aspects of our psyche and major aspects of our soul's resonance and Souls, they represent major aspects of our souls and how our souls develop as human beings, living here on planet Earth. And they can help us open up more of these doorways and these initiatory paths, which then manifest real life experiences and circumstances and relationships that further drive us deeper into the Qlippoth externally as well as internally, deeper into ourself to get deeper and deeper to the core of, once again, who we really are, what we truly are, so that we can really heal, so that we can really integrate, and we can step into our potential, step into our authentic self, and live out our purpose and have an effect and an influence on the planet at large and on the collective consciousness existing on the planet. And of course, you know, for ourself and for our personal soul's development. This is why these energies exist. These are very important energies. And yes, I have a personal process of how I work with my clients and how we are connecting with these different energetic forces. For those of you that are interested in personally working with me and understanding more about what that entails, definitely consider booking a one-on-one call with me and we can talk about these things. And if you want to get right into it, book a mentorship with me. You can find that at the second link in the YouTube description below. Okay. With that being said, this is going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Video doesn't have to be too long. I'm about to eat some food anyways. If you gain value from this, thumbs up the video, drop in the comment section. Let me know your perspective. Let me know your experience with these different entities. If you have any experience, let me know also if you have any questions or if you have any video recommendations, drop in the comments and let me know. Hit the notification bell, get notified whenever I'm posting because I post content every other day. You don't want to miss out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You are further connecting to everything that I teach when you subscribe. Do it. If you know someone that will gain value from this content, share it with them. If someone just came to your mind, share it to that person or share it to your social media platforms. That would be really valuable. So go ahead and do that. Now, I'm going to say this. Check out my Patreon. It is the first link in the YouTube description. Okay. There is over 260 videos plus on the Patreon, exclusive only to Patreon members. There is over 800 active members that are signed up for the Patreon. That speaks for itself. Tune into the Patreon. If you're gaining value from everything that I teach on my public channel, you need to be a part of the Patreon. Tier 3 and 4 gives you access to a really unique ritualistic service that I offer called the Universe Be Vampire Service, which is a complete energetic change and transfer from me to you through this ritual that is meant to support you through your development process, working with some of these darker evolutionary sciences. There are over 300 active members that take place in this ritual every single month. So if you want to take advantage of it, look into it. It is performed on the 29th of every single month. The deadline to sign up is the day before, the 28th. If you want to learn more about the vampire service, go to my playlist. I have an entire playlist that talks about vampirism. You can learn a lot more there. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Second link: book one-on-one calls with me or the mentorships. Also, in that same second link, you can book a tarot card reading with Alexia. She is a very gifted tarot card reader. She can pinpoint where you are, where you're headed, connect it back to the Kabbalistic tree, and give you deep insight in regards to what you're experiencing and why you're experiencing it. Check it out. She's getting booked left and right. Okay. Third link, that is the Lucifer's Foundation course. This course gives you everything you need to know to develop a powerful, healthy relationship with Lucifer, the energy that is very important to connect with. So definitely check that out. Tons of people have purchased it. People are purchasing it every single day. Fourth link, this is where you can become a YouTube member. As you're becoming a YouTube member, you are getting access to a whole bunch of exclusive things, little benefits, but most importantly, you get to become a part of the community. And I would love to have you a part of the community. So definitely, absolutely make sure you check that out. Okay, join the family. Fifth link is my book recommendations for you. If you are looking for books to study to get some deeper understanding of the fundamentals of real occultism, this is exactly where you need to go. You gain access to 4 ebooks immediately. That is a bundle for literally only $128. Tons of very important value is in this ebook bundle. Check it out. 5th link below. With that being said, this is going to wrap it up. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all of you very, very much, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.